I just had a great conversation with somebody who we call Nurse Tracy because his name is Tracy and he's a nurse. And we're going to put that over on the podcast if you want to check it out. We were talking a lot about the vaccine, talking a lot about
the COVID deep dive,
the mandates and the requirements, and all the way down to which vaccine Nurse Tracy feels is the best out of the three, and what supplements, vitamins that you could be taking to just help keep you healthy during this time. That'll be over on the Jeff and Jeremy podcast, which is kzoz.com, Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. It'll be coming up there a little bit later on.
I realized something over the weekend. As 20 years after 9/11, we are as divided as we have ever been. And I feel as if, though, our detractors are being a collective nation that gets along and that had a sense of unity. Our unity was strong after the attacks on the World Trade Center. I mean, like, ridiculously strong. Yeah. I mean, like, we were not...
And the Pentagon and
the... Right, yeah. We were not going to take that.
Yeah.
But now, as China tightens its lips on, we don't know how this got out. This whole thing that is killing millions across the globe has got out. Sorry, don't know. We just don't have any idea what's going on. We are immensely divided. I feel like our detractors have finally found the formula in which to beat the United States, and that is create the problem within, get them interfighting, and then take advantage.
And it's politics. It all comes down to politics.
Right.
I mean, for the most part.
Politics on our side of things, like we should, the politicians should carry some of the blame on this. But I am more scared now than I was after 9/11. Because after 9/11, I felt like, okay, well, yes, we are now a united country. We were a united country prior to that as well. But now I feel like we're so divided that who knows what happens if we were to get attacked. And the attacks are not going to be like they were on 9/11. The attacks are going to be hacking, price gouging from the people that were our import partners. All these little tweaks to how to further divide us, which I believe they have done successfully to this point with this whole coronavirus. Like, history is going to look back on this. If we don't change the way we act towards each other in this country, history is going to look back on this as it's the landmark. That's when the United States fell as a world power. Because we're so divided. And I don't know how you get it back. I don't know what the answer is on how you get it back.
Maybe it takes another tragedy.
No, but that's the thing. We're not going to see a tragedy like that. The tragedy that we see is going to be a hacking. It's going to be something that is so inside that we're not going to see the visuals of that we saw on 9/11 because we don't understand it. That's for the tech guys and the science guys and all those guys. They'll understand it, but the general populace, which is like 98% of us, will not have any idea how come these things are happening.
And maybe it's already happening.
Why we're spending, $30 for a package of bacon and in our,
paying $5 a gallon for gas.
Yeah, and why we've been forced to inflate our dollars to the point where there's no value whatsoever. It's because these global economy, vice grips have been tightening on what we're doing as a country, and we just don't understand because we got to go about living our regular lives. Got to take our kids to school. Got to go to the job so we can afford the $30 package of bacon. And I'm saying it's not there yet, but it could be there. We don't know. But I believe it is happening, and they're just slowly turning the vice grip and squeezing us. And that's not going to unite us because we just continue to point fingers and point blame. And it's a bummer. It's a bummer. I mean, I don't know. We need to make a concerted effort to start getting along with each other. Because if we don't, then we're defeated.
And we can only do that by, you can only control what you can control. So you have to make that personal decision for yourself.
And be understanding of others' personal decisions.
Somebody wrote in and they said, "Good morning. What did I miss? I just jumped into my work van and I caught the end of what we need to get along. Are you guys fighting?"
No, we're not fighting.
We're not fighting.
We're in a great
today
mood
at all.
this morning.
Yeah, I mean, we're not even arguing with each other
because my Super Bowl pick won yesterday. Jeremy's Super Bowl pick
got annihilated.
I don't even know. We'll get into that at some point during the course of the week, I'm sure. But we were talking about the division of the country versus 20 years ago and 9/11, and where we were then is, we were ready to fight. Now we're getting torn apart from all angles, but we don't know it because our detractors have successfully divided us, and it stinks. It's not a good thing. So that's what we were talking about. It's tough because 9/11 was a horrible day.
We're destructing from within. Yeah, and as we remember to the 20 years from 9/11, and like Jeff was saying earlier, I mean, that was very apparent. We saw what happened there, and we came together, and we were the strongest and the most united this country's ever been, and now it's like, look where we're at
I would
today.
do anything to go. This sounds sick and gross and disgusting.
Well, you'd do anything to go back to being united.
I would do anything to go back to where the country was on like September 15th when we realized in 2001, when we realized, okay, we're pulling together as a country and we're going to take our problems on head on to everybody that is trying to take away from us. I don't know if we could ever get to that where we're at now.
And I think there's a part of this country that looks at it and goes, hey, the way we do that is everybody get vaccinated. That's how we beat this thing. And there's another big part of the country that says, no, wait a second. How do we know that's the way to do it? Because now we're starting to see this is, this original variant, it was 90%, then it was 70% of the Delta variant. Now there's a new variant that we don't even know, and then the booster shots. And I mean, how long does this keep going on?
Israeli studies not
and
being
so as
effective.
we're all trying to figure this out, we have your leadership coming down and saying, no, you will do this or you will lose your job. Brian's holding on. Go ahead, man.
Good. I just wanted to add to your accurate but depressing note that it's not just outside foreigners. There's plenty of people inside the U.S. that would like that division as well.
Yeah. No, I know. And it's,
some of them have stockholders that feed off of the division. Mm-hmm. It's very, very sad.
And it's sad because we, the collective we, have put them in there because we trusted them.
Yeah.
And
we were told they were the experts. They went to the Ivy schools.
Yeah, that's true. The problem with that is they have access to so much information, they know how to use that information to benefit for themselves first and foremost, and the hell with everybody else. As long as you're living behind a gate and you have a long driveway, they can't get to you.
It's pretty interesting, isn't it?
Yes, and sad. Very sad.
Super sad, super sad.
But, I mean, you know what? But the best thing we could do is talk about it and realize it. And realize that maybe there's as much to the detractors globally as there is to the detractors behind, behind the, inside the enemy lines, I should say.
Well, what's interesting about this is, as sad as it is, the silver lining is we know about it, we see it, we're talking about it, and that's the white pill, as they say.
I've never heard the term the white pill. What is the white pill?
Black pill is like, all right, so like Matrix, started with the Matrix, red, blue pill, stay in just over everything hunky-dory. Red pill is once you had your eyes open to something, you cannot go back to looking at it. So like Neo could never get back in the cocoon and just be like, oh yeah, those people will be fine.
I never saw the Matrix, damn it. Now I'm going to have to go watch the Matrix.
It's just a,
no,
it's just
don't
a
do
reference.
I don't know if you have to.
It's just a reference, but black pill would be like doom, like everything's going to be bad. Oh no, Armageddon. And then white pill would be like seeing through the Armageddon. And you know what? This like a great example is East Germany. As messed up as East Germany was, none of those people really had a clue of how bad it was when they were living in it.
Mm.
But they survived it. We have an idea of how bad things are, so we've got it better.
Right. We just need to fix it, and it's tough because we get bombarded with messaging that allows us not to fix it.
Absolutely, yeah. You get distracted, and all of a sudden you're trolling the Slow Tribune, and I know. You guys have a great day.
Bye.
93.3 KZOZ rocks the 805.